Welcome to this Dalian and Qigong routine. I'm Nick Laffery. You might know me from my channel here, but I have a nice guest here. This is my friend Nate Guadagni. He's from Balance for Life. You can check out his website and his YouTube channel in the description below. But he's going to be running us through a great Korean Qigong Dao sequence. We have 5 exercises for you guys. I'm going to be kind of learning at the same time as you guys, so he kind of showed me a little bit of these beforehand, but I'm almost going to be as new to these as you guys, so I'll be watching Nate while he does them and following along with you. But these come from a Korean school of Dalian, and I really didn't know Korea had Dalian or Taoist yoga until I met Nate and he showed me some of these. So I thought they were a really amazing form, and I thought it would go great with building some standing postures on top of it, some standing meditation. So we have a little 5 posture series to do after our 5 Dalian exercises, and then we'll go into a 5-element flow. So lots of 5s for you guys today. And basically the idea is, what would you say? We're opening the meridians and...
Absolutely. So yeah, these Dalian practices are going to open up the meridian channels, are going to open up the edges of your body, all the muscles, the blood vessels, the lymphatic system. They can be quite intense. They're going to challenge your strength, flexibility, and balance, but they really prepare you for the energy flow, for standing meditation. I think they're going to fit nicely in with what Nick's offering too.
Great. Well, without further ado, let's get to it. Find a comfortable spot, and Nate's going to start us off.
Let's get started with a quick warm-up called knocking on the door of life. So open up your feet to a comfortable distance, twist and tap your arms. You're going to take one hand to strike your chest right around your collarbone, and the other hand you'll make a light fist, and you're going to tap right behind your belly button. So the Ming Men acupressure point, which will help open up your energy channels. Just relax, take some deep breaths in and out. This will help warm up your spine and get your energy flowing. Couple more rounds. Take a few deep breaths. Try to get that sensation of energy flowing through your spine and to your hands, all the way down to your feet. All right, slow it down, let your arms relax, and just shrug your shoulders back and down. Very nice. So we're going to go through our 5 Dalian practices now. Start with a wide stance. And I'm going to mirror you here. So you're going to take your left foot in and your right foot out. You're going to turn your hips so you've basically got a nice lunge here, long enough that you feel a little stretch in your hip joints. This right foot in front, you're going to take your right hand and externally rotate and twist. Your back hand, you're going to make a fist and internally rotate, twist, pull your 2 arms apart as you deepen your lunge. And you can shift around here a little, find that sweet spot. And the last thing you're going to do is turn your head toward your back hand. As you hold here, you want to feel the energy really circulating and squeezing to your extremities. Now shift your feet back to the center. Open your hands wide, reach out like you're picking up and holding 2 heavy ropes. Pull them to your center, squeezing into your core. And now switch sides. Right toes in, left toes out. Same thing, other side. Leading hand, external rotation. Backhand, internal rotation. Deepen your lunge. Turn your head, look behind you. You kind of imagine someone is gently pulling each arm away from your center And you're rotating the wrists. Just like you're wringing out a sponge, squeezing the fluids of your body, opening the energy channels. Facing the front once again. Horse riding, reach out, hold those ropes, pull to the center, squeeze to your core. And let's do one more round. Left toes in, right toes out, same thing. Deepen your lunge. External, internal, twist, and then turn your head. Facing forwards, reaching up and out, pull the ropes, squeeze to your core. And last time, now turn the other way. Each time you do it, you might find a little bit more space, a little more opening. New sensations, new energy opening up. And return, facing forward. Last time, reach up, hold those ropes, and pull to your center. And go ahead and release. All right, the next one, bring your feet together. Your hands are going to come in front of you in a circle, your palms facing out. Kind of imagine there's a ball in the middle here, like a beach ball that you're holding with the backs of your arms and hands. You're going to tip to your right side slightly and rise up on your toes. Balance, stretching your arms all the way out in all directions. Turn your upper body toward your lower hand side. Challenging your balance, opening the edges of your body. Hold, let that energy really soak in to these edges. Relax your arms, lower your heels, come back to center, and switch your hands, other side. Same thing, a kind of an ellipse, like a tilted circle here. Rise up on your toes. Turn your upper body toward the lower hand side. And relax, back to center. We'll do one more round. Cross your arms and rising up other side. Circle, tip, rise, turn. Feel the edges making a circle from your pinkies all the way connecting at the back of your shoulders. Back to center, lower the heels, and one more time. Rise up, and turn to the lower hand side. And slowly release, coming back to center. Shake your arms out a little bit. And release any residual tension there. Now open your feet wide to a horse riding stance. And I will mirror you here. Take your left hand down, your right hand up. And stretch both hands away from each other. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Reach and stretch. Find your edges here. You can keep a deep stance with your hips as you extend and separate your arms. Now release the arms, feel the blood flowing back in. Your bottom hand will turn out to a claw, flipping your palm out, and then your other hand will push straight out through the root of your heel, fingers straight up. The root of your palm presses out and the elbow presses the other way. And this pinky will rise up a little bit and feel this energy line crossing and going all the way, connecting both arms. If you can, deepen your stance just a little bit. Now the hand that's extended will go up, the other hand will go down. And once again, reach up and down, separating. And relax. Let it float back. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Curl and then push. You want to feel a little sensation, an intense sensation even through the roots of the hands, through the joints, the edges of your body, kind of opening up your meridian channels so the energy can rush and flow more easily. The outstretched palm goes up, the other hand goes down. Reach up. You can stand tall for this and extend your fingers away from each other as far as you can. And relax the joints. One more round. And here's where you'll feel the energy filling the body as you relax. Curl, sink, push. Looking past the outstretched fingers, pressing through the root of your palm. The outstretched arm goes up, other hand down. Feel the energy squeeze your extremities. Stretch, 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 and then as you relax, feel the energy rush back in. And once again, squeeze out to your sides. As you sink your hips, you slightly tuck your tailbone, collecting energy in your core and dantian. You can even feel like your armpits are stretching, your arms moving away from your body. Outstretched hand goes up, other hand goes down. Reach. And relax. Energy flowing back in. Now keep those feet wide, horse riding stance. You can shift around a little if you need to reset your stance. And when you're ready now, from this wide stance, you're going to scoop your hands out and up over your head. And now make tiger claws, extend your fingers, sink straight down like you're pouncing on a prey. Sink your hips, hands to the knees. Tip your chest forward. Your lower body stays still. Move to your right side. Come back. Tuck your chin back and in. Make one circle to the center. And then reverse. Strengthening kidneys and core, hips and legs. When you get back to the center, use your legs. Press down to rise up. Take a breath at the top. Feel the energy flowing, sensations swirling through you. Let's do one more round. Open your arms up. At the top, tiger claws, extend. Sink your hips, pounce. Hands to the knees, drop your chest. Circle around the mountain. Tuck your chin back and in a little bit. Strengthen the kidneys. Use your legs to push down, rise back up. Relax the shoulders and release. Last one, bring your feet together. This next one is going to challenge your balance a little bit. If you need to come close to a chair or a wall, feel free. Your feet come close together, your palms connect to prayer pose in front of your chest. Soften your knees just a little bit. Point your fingers down to the ground. Bend your knees and sink your hips. And you're going to empty your right foot. Put all your weight to your left, and on the count of 3, you're going to rise up, both arms extend, and your back leg. 1, 2, 3. Balance and hold the phoenix. Find the angle that works for you. Keep your eyes fixed for extra balance. Now slowly come back without stepping down. Palms together. Hover your foot in front, toes up. Heel just touches very lightly. Controlling the landing. And return. Take a moment, let the energy settle back in. Now we'll do the other side. Point your fingers straight down. Bend your knees. Sink your hips. Shift your weight to your other foot. Empty the opposite. 1, 2, 3. Keep your core strong. Reaching out through the heel of your foot, fingertips. Soft return, slowly come back, hover, palms together, heel touch, and return. Let's do once more on each side. Soften your knees, point your fingers down, sink your hips. Empty one foot, 1, 2, 3. Reaching out. If you wobble, if you fall, that's okay. Just come back. Try it again. Slowly return. Palms come together. Hover. Heel touch lightly. And return. And one last time now. Point your fingers down. Sink. Empty. 1, 2, 3, fly. Welcome the wobble. Feel those vibrations adjusting for you. And slowly return. Hover the heel, palms together. And feet together. Lower your hands and then just take a moment. Feel those sensations flowing all through you.
Good. Oh, that was really fun. Good challenging set. All right, let's take that into some posture and flow, starting with some shaking. A few sighing breaths. Qigong, we talk a lot about Qi, makes sense, it's in the name. But half of Qigong, our Gong is our skill, so we want skill with our Qi, our energy, and we also want skill with our Huang, or our sinew body, which mostly we see through our sinew channels and our fascia of our body. So we have this kind of matrix of connective tissue all throughout the body, really not a woo-woo thing. We see it when we dissect the body. It's basically full of this rubbery tissue made of collagen we call fascia. And it's the fascia that opens up to fill with qi. If we don't have a good huang or sinew body, we don't have any space for that qi to build in the body. So we want to build that huang through exercises like Dalian stretches and our standing meditations. And gradually as the huang opens up, it fills up with qi. And as the qi fills the huang, it causes the huang to be more full and open and strong and expanded, making more room for qi. So it's sort of a continuing cycle of the huang supporting the qi supporting the huang. And that's why our qigong practices typically aren't just about energy work or flow, but they're also about strength and flexibility and posture. So we want to build that container. So let's step into that container now. Just kind of put your feet shoulder width. Just feel your body first. Take a nice deep breath. Notice those shifts in our body, our mind, our energy as we work with that physical layer of the Huang, so our Dalian and shaking. And we're going to line up the body for maximum energy circulation to fill up this sinew body. So we're going to start with just letting the crown of the head elevate. Just feel like you're being picked up from the top of the head, and at the same time like your chin just tucks back a little bit. We're going to let our shoulders relax away from that, our chest relax away from that. Feel like the head's going up and the chest and shoulders soften down. At the same time, our pelvis gets heavy, especially our tailbone, sinking towards the earth. Feel like your pelvis hangs away from your rib cage. So the rib cage drops away from the head, pelvis drops away from the rib cage, and we feel this lengthen our waist and lower back muscles. Let your knees soften as this happens. Let your hands just sort of rest by your sides. And just give your fingers a little spread, just as though you had a marble between each knuckle of your finger, just opening up the bones of the hands. And let your elbows just slightly float away from the ribs, as though you have a tennis ball or even a golf ball only under the armpit, just sort of inflating the armpit slightly. Then you can even add a little hinge of the hips. So what people tend to do in these standing postures is tuck the tailbone and push the hips forward, standing like this. What we want to do is just let the tailbone relax down. Any tucking should kind of come naturally over time. And you can even hinge the hips a little so your chest is just slightly forward of the hips. So we never wind up leaning backwards in these postures. Let's hold here for a few deep breaths. Keep your lips closed, breathe through your nose. Touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And just keep refining the posture. Like a rubber band, our body will naturally retract back to its habitual positions. We just have to keep refining it, finding these little tweaks to get ourselves back in this posture that allows maximum energy circulation, maximum efficiency of the movement of blood, fluid, and energy through the body. We're going to bring our arms into the next position we call embracing the tree. That's just what it sounds like you're hugging a tree, or if it's easier, you can imagine you're hugging a big ball or big balloon against your chest. So the arms should form basically a circle. Elbows are relaxed just a little lower than the hands. Hands are about chest height. Fingers are again spread like you have a marble between each knuckle. And all the rest of the body is roughly the same as before. The crown floating up, the chin slightly tucking back. The shoulders relaxing down away from the ears, the sternum relaxing down, the pelvis sinking, tailbone sinking, knees soft, and a slight hinge from the hips so the chest is ever so slightly forward of the hips. We'll hold here and breathe through the nose, just watching the body. You can have the eyes open or closed here. Watch your breath, watch your body. I'm going through 5 positions here. The next one is like you're bouncing a beach ball or like a volleyball in front of your face. So the hands come about eye to forehead level. They're turned away. The fingers are each pointing about 45 degrees, like they're pointing to the corners of the room you might be in. Palms are face away from you and angled slightly outwards and upwards. Everything else is the same here through the rest of the body. Find your breath through your nose. Using this as a standing meditation, just be aware of your breath, aware of your body. Next posture, bring your hands down to about hip height, as though your palms are each floating on a balloon on the surface of a lake. Palms should be about parallel to the floor beneath you. Refine the posture, pelvis sinking, crown floating, breathing through the nose, spread through the fingers. Awareness soaked into the body like water into a sponge. Next posture, palms are face up. We call lower embrace the tree because the arms are around just like we were in the upper position. Palms are face up by the pelvis. Find the posture, sink the pelvis, float the crown, relax the chest. Find your breath. Practice awareness here. These postures are challenging not just for the body but for the mind to stay with it. That challenge is part of the transformation. Just be aware of any irritation or impatience, anxiety or discomfort that arises. Just practice observing here. Let the hands relax by our sides. Find that first position again, neutral. Just take a couple breaths here. Taking our palms face up again. We're going to move into a 5-element flow. This first one for the metal element. We rotate the palms to the sky, not quite to the point of a stretch. And rotate the palms again on the way down until their palms face up by the lower abdomen. And we do this with breath, so breathing in through the nose as we spiral up. Out through the nose as we spiral down. The metal element affects the lungs, large intestine, the quality of letting go, and creating boundaries with what we don't want in our energy system. Slow breaths here, but if you need to move quicker or slower with your breath here, feel free to get out of sync with us. Release down. We'll come back to our neutral posture just for a breath. Bring the back of the hands towards each other. Our next element is water. This one is called the fountain. Hands float out to the sides. We sink the hips back. Back of the hands towards each other. Inhale as we draw up. Exhale as we float out and down. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, float out and down. Water element affects the kidneys and bladder channels. This has to do with our ability to relax, to conserve energy, and to nourish the deepest parts of our body. Let it float down. Back to our neutral position. Take a breath. Bring the palms face up again. Our next element is wood. This one is called the tree sways in the wind. We're going to turn to our left. Draw up along the ribs to the top of the head with the fingertips. Turn back to the center and float our hands out to the sides. Palms face up, arms around, turning right. Inhale, draw up. Turn to the center. Exhale, float out. Turn, inhale. Turn, exhale. And typically when we're in a strength and stretch phase of our practice like Nate was taking us through, we can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth if we like. But here in our Qi cultivation phase, or our flow, I'm going to breathe in and out the nose at all times if possible. Here the wood element relates to the liver and gallbladder channels. To our sense of ambition and generosity, as well as flexibility and kindness. Back to our neutral position. All right, next let's take our hands back up to embrace the tree. We're going to take our left palm face down to the earth, moving into our fire element flow we call cloudy hands. We're going to shift our weight to the right foot. Give yourself a little turn to the right. Switch the hands. Left hand faces the chest, right palm faces the earth. Then shift your weight to the left foot. Turn yourself to the left and switch the hands again. So shifting first, turning, switch the hands. Shift the weight, then turn, then switch the hands. And now let's try to smooth all that out. Shifting, turning, switching, shifting. Let's breathe with this. Inhale or exhale one direction. And then inhale or exhale the other direction. Doesn't matter which way, but just link it up. fire element relates to the heart and small intestine. It's our most external of energy and governs our relationships to the energy of other people and environments. Come back to the center, relax to our neutral stance. Bring your palms face down by your solar plexus. That's your upper abdominal region. We're going to float out from there. This is called pebble in the pond. So our hands are moving like ripples at a pond. Then they'll gather back to the solar plexus, or as we say in Qigong, the earth center. So that's just below your sternum at the upper abdomen. We're going to take an inhale as we gather there. Exhale as the hands go out, palms face down, the hips are sinking back. Inhale, we stand a little taller as we gather back to the earth center. Nice and slow. The earth element governs our digestion through our stomach, spleen, and pancreas. And this phase of energy helps our chi to be centered and balanced rather than scattered or lost up in our head in worries. Gather the chi to your center. Come to the center, drop to neutral. Take a breath, feel your body. And we'll close it down, pulling down the sky. Take an inhale, draw the hands up. Exhale, palms face down, guiding your attention through your body from head to toe, out into the earth like you're growing roots. Inhale, attention to the sky, feeling the spaciousness of the sky. Exhale, attention scans through the body like a net through a river, drawing out any stagnant energy down to the earth. One more time. Step your feet in close together. We'll find bamboo in the wind. Hands over the lower abdomen. Just try to let your muscles relax. Just let your body begin to rock and sway. See if you can feel that sensation we mentioned earlier, the huang, the sinew body, filled up with this flowing energy, moving through us like wind through a grove of bamboo. See if you can feel that your muscles can relax and the Huang animated by the Qi, the sinews animated by the flow of energy, holds us up effortlessly in this posture. We'll step it out. Let's give the belly a circle. Storing that Qi in the lower dantian, or in your Japanese ocean, sea of Qi. Spiral it in, smaller circles, into that space below the navel we call the dantian, or elixir field. Let's pause there, take a deep breath. Let it go with a big sigh. Let the Qi spread to the fingertips. Let energy move back through the body. And then as usual, feel free to just move however your body's asking you to get that energy through your body. Great, how do you feel?
That was awesome. It's a nice, as you said, to squeeze, accumulate, and then flow. Changing the breath, the different movements all can be very complementary. So hopefully you felt that there was a nice balance for you too.
Awesome. Have a great day or evening. See you later.